May I say it again?
Nkiddemu.
If you don't know the words of the national anthem, you belong to the Republic of Congo.
Oba tomanyi bigambo bya luyimba lwa ggwanga gwe oli mu Congo.
But they are here.
Naye biibino.
Oh Uganda. Let's go. Oh Uganda. We go down. Buli muntu n'akuba engalo z'oluyimba lw'eggwanga. You may get seated.
Musobola okutuulako.
We are surrounded by the national flags around us.
Twetoolodde bendera z'eggwanga.
Of course, they have been here every Sunday.
Kubanga zibaddewo wano buli lwa Sunday.
I chose to make a design of the national flag on the altar.
Nasalawo nkole bendera y'eggwanga ku alutaali.
I'm a Ugandan.
Era ziizo weeziri.
So I tried to make this Uganda flags.
Nengezaako okuzikola.
We have another flag here on the altar.
Tuyinawo endala wano ku alutaali.
We have another flag up here on the screen.
N'endala yino wano ku lutimbe.
Up screen.
Waggulu ku lutimbe.
Another one on the screen.
Eri eri ku lutimbe.
Another one, I'm dressed it up.
Endala musumba agyambadde.
59 years ago,
Emyaka 59 egiyise.
I was not yet born.
Nali sinnazaalibwa.
If you were born,
Gwe bw'oba wali ozaaliddwa.
lift up your hand.
Yemusa omukono gwe tulabe.
If you were born 59 years ago,
Bw'oba wali wazaalibwa emyaka 59 egiyise.
lift up your hand.
Yemusa omukono tukulabe.
1, 2, 3.
Basatu.
That means
Kitegeeza.
majority of us never saw the independence celebrations.
Bangi ku ffe tetwalaba bijaguzo by'ameefuga.
Because even those who were born 59 years ago,
Kubanga n'abaazaalibwa emyaka 59 egiyise.
they might have been 2 or 3 years of age.
Bayinza okuba balina emyaka ng'ebiri oba esatu.
So they never saw also independence.
Nabo independence tebaagiraba.
So I got a clip of independence for 6 minutes.
Nafunyeyo akatambi ka independence ka dakiika 6.
Ba Asha ensobi gye mukola kwe kutuuza abantu amabega mu kifo ky'okubaleeta mu maaso. People should be close to the altar. Era entebe z'emabega ezo muzijjengayo. When you become close to the altar, the river begins from here. Namwe abakristaayo kambabuulire. The river begins from here.
Omugga gukulukuta gutandikira wano.
By the time it reaches you
We
there,
gutuukira eri.
it has lost the momentum.
Guba guweddemu amaanyi.
I want to say it again.
Njagala kiddamu.
The river
Omugga
begins from the altar.
gukulukuta gutandikira wano ku alutaali.
Every time you sit far away from the altar,
Buli lw'otuula wala nnyo n'alutaali
you are the loser.
gw'ofiirwa.
Secondly,
Ekyokubiri,
ushers, when the preacher begins to preach,
omubulizi bw'atandikanga okubuulira.
he wouldn't like to see people coming this way.
Omubulizi teyalyagadde kulaba abantu nga bajja
So you
eno.
bring them earlier so that they would come late, sit at the back.
Mubaleetenga mangu abajja leeti batuulenga eyo
But the
emabega.
river begins from here
Naye omugga gutandikira wano
and flows
ne gukulukuta
with tributaries.
n'emirandira emirala
Every time you
egigobaako.
sit far,
Buli lw'otuula ewala,
even when I'm going to pray for someone,
ne bwe mba ngenda kubaako gwe nsabira,
I'll choose somebody from here,
nja kulonda omuntu ali wano okumpi,
not from the back,
si eri
because I
emabega,
don't see you anymore.
kubanga sibalaba bulungi.
You are very far away at the door.
muli wala nnyo paka eri ku mulyango.
So fill these places before in the next service before you fill at the back.
Bino ebifo mubijjuze mu saavisi eddako nga temunnaba
Okay,
kujjuza
so
byonna.
I want to show you a clip of 6 minutes
Njagala balaga akatambi ka ddakiika 6
of what transpired on 9th October 1962.
kwebyo ebyaliwo nga 9 Okitoba 1962.
Some of you have never seen Kabaka Mutesa walking.
Abamu temulabanga Kabaka Mutesa ng'atambula.
Some of you have never seen Milton Obote.
Milton Obote abamu temulabangako.
You don't even know the vehicles of the time of independence.
Temumanyi na bika bya mmotoka byaliwo mu biseera ebyo
The State House of Entebbe at that time.
State House y'Entebbe mu biro ebyo.
And many other things.
N'ebintu ebirala bingi.
So allow me to give you this clip.
Muŋŋanye mbalaga akatambi kano.
Then I'll come and preach about
Ndyoke
independence.
nkomewo mbuulire.
Happy Independence Day to all of you
Baagaliza
Ugandans.
ameefuga amalungi mwenna bannayuganda.
In Jesus'
Mu
name.
linnya erya Yesu.
In the new Africa, one more independent country, the state of Uganda. At Entebbe Airport, Prime Minister Milton Obote and His Highness the Kabaka wait to greet the Britannia, which brings the Duke of Kent to represent the Queen at the independence celebration. And with the Duke, of course, his beautiful young Duchess. Lady Coots, wife of the Governor, greets the Duchess while the Duke shakes hands with the Kabaka. A formal occasion, but more than that, because Uganda is gaining its freedom without bitterness, at its own request, becoming an immediate member of the Commonwealth. So the traditional gestures have a real meaning of friendship. Government House at Entebbe, which for one more day is still the capital, is where the Duke and Duchess stay during their visit as guests of Governor Sir Walter Coots and his wife. After tomorrow, Kampala is the capital. This afternoon, the crowds are gathering at Entebbe Harbour for one of the big events of the day, a canoe regatta. Canoes from all along the coast and islands of Lake Victoria take part. Victoria, the third largest lake in the world, and the other lakes and rivers that connect with it, are the lifeblood of Uganda and of the 28 tribes that make up its people. Biggest of the tribal areas is the Kingdom of Buganda, of which the Kabaka is the hereditary ruler. And these shores are in its territory. But in the crowd celebrating the independence that will be theirs at midnight tomorrow, you will find members of all the 28 tribes. For one of the first aims of the new state has been proclaimed as a commonwealth of interests, overriding old tribal divisions. At Twikobi, the Kabaka's palace, His Highness is to give a cocktail party. And more crowds are waiting and entertaining themselves while they wait to see the Duke and Duchess arrive. But first, the Guard of Honor. That salute, by the way, is a traditional sign of loyalty to the Kabaka by his followers. The Kabaka himself arrives, a ruler whose dynasty and kingdom were thriving long before the first European explorers came. The present Kabaka is His Highness Sir Edward William Frederick David Walungembi Mutebi Luangula Mutesa II, who now welcomes the Duke and Duchess. And now the Kabaka presents his ministers to the Duke and Duchess. Even at a cocktail party, a certain amount of formality is inevitable. But the crowds in the streets have no such inhibitions. They've got a new independence to celebrate, and they celebrate it, pausing to greet their visitors as they go by. The British, too, can contribute their share of noise and colour to a celebration when they want to. And the Scots Guards do just that for the big independence tattoo in Kololo Stadium. This is the climax of all these days of rejoicing, because here at midnight, Uganda's independence will formally begin. midnight, Sergeant Major Sidney Small of Birmingham lowers the Union Jack that has flown in Uganda for nearly 70 years. At the same moment, the 4th Battalion King's African Rifles becomes the 1st Battalion Uganda Rifles. And to replace the Union Jack, the black, gold and red flag of the new young state, Uganda is born again, free and independent. Next day is a public holiday, and by the time the Duke and Duchess return to the Kololo Stadium for the daylight celebrations, the Governor-General and the Prime Minister have been sworn in their new roles. The Duke of Kent speaks to the people of Uganda, bringing a message of goodwill and congratulations from his cousin, the Queen. Not in any sense a goodbye, for Uganda has asked to be and has been accepted as a full member of the Commonwealth, of which the Queen is head. Next morning, the Duke and Duchess arrive at Parliament House for the state opening of Parliament. Uganda's first Legislative Council met 41 years ago and has grown larger and more representative ever since. From now on, its power is supreme. Good luck to a new country, a new member of the Commonwealth, a new member of the growing community of African peoples. Britain has come a long way with you and wishes you well.
Somebody clap your hands to the Lord. That is the story of 2 days of celebration. October 8th and October 9th, 1962, compacted in 6 minutes. Britain ruled Uganda for 70 years. 70. In other words, we were colonized by the British for 70 years. And so today, allow me to talk about independence. What is independence? Independence is the quality of a state not being under control. Not being under control. If you are not under control, then you are independent. Today, I don't want to talk about the independence of Uganda. I do not want. I want to talk about your own independence. Uganda might be celebrating 59 years of independence. But what about you? Are you independent? That's what I'm trying to share with you, the meaning of independence. It is the quality of not being under control. When you are still under control, you are not independent. Many people are controlled by marijuana. That person is not independent. Others are controlled by cigarette. You don't have independence. We might be celebrating 59 years of Uganda, but we have not even celebrated 1 year for you of your independence. When you are still under control, you are not independent. Number 2, independence means you are no longer relying on someone. You are self-reliant. Tomorrow might be a public holiday.
Public holiday.
Because Independence Day followed on Saturday.
Independence Day
Celebrations took place everywhere. You saw what happened in Kololo. You saw what happened 59 years ago on the screen. That was the celebration of an independent Uganda. So that Uganda may become self-reliant. Are you self-reliant in your day-to-day life? I want to use this Independence Day to talk to a person tonight and not to a nation. Whom do you rely to for your survival? You find a man 30 years of age is still staying with his parents. Shame on you. A man of 32 years he's still living with his parents. Shame of you.